The sweet tunes of the College of Charleston Fighting Cougars fight song, or something like that. So we welcome Cougar baseball coach Chad Holbrook. I'm going to ask him if he knows the words to the College of Charleston fight song. I won't put him on notice like that. Welcome in, sir. How are you? Hope your dinner went well tonight.
Yeah, I'm good, Phil. Things are good here in Charleston. Yeah, as baseball coaches, we play on Sundays, so figured we'd celebrate Mother's Day tonight. And but I'm happy to take a break and talk to you. I'm really thrilled that you called about our team.
Well, thank you. Tell the missus we appreciate that as always. And you guys are having a great year. I think you've won something like 20 of 22, 34-11, 16-4 in the league. This team surprised you with where it is right now?
Well, I thought we had a chance to have a good team. What scared me was, the loss of so many valuable innings thrown by last year's pitching staff, and you've seen those perform this year. Trey Poozer is the Friday night pitcher at Kentucky, Friday night starter, and obviously Ty Good at South Carolina was our pitcher of the year last year in our league. And so those are two really, really good pitchers that we lost. So we had some unanswered questions, and then we went into the preseason and we lost probably, our All-American type closer. I mean, one of the best pitchers in our league. We lost him to an elbow injury. So when you factor in that we lost Trey Poozer, Ty Good, and Cole Mathis from being able to help us pitch, would I have signed up to being where we are right now, 34-11 and 16-4? Absolutely. Well, that being said, we do have good players and they've performed well, and our pitching staff has probably surprised me a bit with how well they've done.
I was going to ask you about the pitching because the staff ERA is really good, 3.84. I think everybody would sign up for something like that. You've limited home runs allowed, which I think is quite a testament to your pitching staff. What's been the key there with that? Have some guys just overachieved, or what would you point to?
Well, some guys have stepped up, and some guys that were unproven or recruits, or a couple freshmen and a couple junior college transfers have really pitched well for us. They're talented. We just didn't know. It was like the fear of the unknown. We hoped they were good, but till you see it on your field on game day, you never really know. But they've really pitched well. Our ERA obviously has been among the top 10 ERAs in the country all year long, and that's a credit to our pitching staff and our pitching coach Will Dorton. And we've had a great year on the mound so far, but we got some very important games in front of us as well.
Well, I want to ask you about that because, Chris Bergen and I were talking earlier this week about your situation, and you're having a great year, but you're in a league where most likely only one of you will advance, and that'll be the team that wins that conference tournament championship. Is that kind of how you view it right now, or can the CAA possibly get two in there if it comes to you and Wilmington there at the end, perhaps?
Yeah, I think our league right now has in fact, and hearing from D1 baseball, they think we're going to get two bids this year. You never know. Obviously they don't know, but I think it looks good that we might get two teams. I hope that's us, but we got to play well down the stretch. But at this level, it is what it is. You can only play the games that are on your schedule and do the best you can, and you really don't have much control over RPI and that sort of thing. You just try to win the next game, and our players have done a pretty good job of that so far. And I hope we'll play well at the end and get rewarded with the postseason bid. That would be really cool.
Sure.
College of Charleston head baseball coach Chad Holbrook with us here tonight on Sports Talk. And Coach, in your illustrious coaching career, have you ever had a player to have quite the perfect week that Avery Neves did, your outfielder who was named Coastal Athletic Association Player of the Week after going 8 for 8, and all of his hits against Towson were for extra bases? A remarkable week for him. Have you had a player even come close to touching that before?
Christian Walker had a few great weekends like that when we were in South Carolina.
Sure.
He had some like that. But 8 for 8, you can't do much better than Avery did. And he actually won his last at bat on one of his 4-hit days. He needed a single for the cycle, but he hit a ball down the line that he stretched into a double. So that's the kind of kid he is. We had the game in check, and he could have easily stopped at first for the cycle, but he chose not to. And that's just, it was kind of cool to watch that, to be honest with you, because there wasn't any cheap hits. They were all extra base hits, and he squared them all up. And I was well deserving of our conference player of the week for sure.
He's a transfer into your program. When you watched him and possibly thought about bringing him in, clearly this was what you were hoping to get out of him, right?
Yeah, he was the national champion at Lynchburg, and they won the national championship in his division, GA-wise. We knew he was a good offensive player, and it was a connection to the program there, and he performed at a very, very high level. And we got some other guys that have performed pretty good as well. I think we got 3 or 4 guys, close to double-digit home runs, and so we're doing all right in the power department down here, and a big part of that is Avery. But he brings so much more than just power. He's a tough kid, runs through a brick wall for you, competes. Coach's dream. He's one of those guys.
Phil was asking you earlier, Coach, about the prospects of the CAA possibly getting 2 in. Certainly love to see that because I think both you and Wilmington deserve a bid to the NCAA. With your schedule, even if you didn't beat all the teams that you scheduled, like, say, Nebraska, you went to Marshall and took some games from them to open up the season. Actually had them come to your place. But, with your schedule, do you feel like you, at least non-conference-wise, helped yourself enough to be in that discussion?
Well, you can only do what you can do from a non-conference standpoint. And that's not one of the things that the RPI is not, a true indicator. But it's also you can argue that it's not fair to a mid-major team. So some of us are, financially restricted with how far we can travel to, and budgetarily restricted financially with, the travel budgets that we have. And a lot of mid-majors can't play all the teams that we want to play. I can tell you I want to play all the Power Fives that we can locally, in our state, and even Georgia and North Carolina. And sometimes the schedule works out to do that. We're going to play at Duke next week. They're a top 10 team. And obviously we had Nebraska in earlier, and they're having a really good year as well. So we try to play who will play us, and we'd love to play as many Power Fives as we can. But that being said, have we done enough? We're 34-11, and I think we won 21 of 23, and we put ourselves in a good spot. So it's good to be in the conversation, but a lot of it, when you're at our level, you have to finish strong, and I hope our kids will do that.
Well, I think it was just a couple of years ago where you had the great regular season, but then it didn't go well for you in the tournament, and you ended up staying home. Right. Do you think about that, and as you think of the upcoming CAA, which will be in Wilmington, of course, of all places? Have you thought about how you're going to handle things, knowing that maybe possibly it's just going to come down to who wins that tournament based on the experience you had a couple of years ago in that situation? Right.
Yeah, again, the postseason is like we're all at our level in our league based on the history and being a 1-bid or a 2-bid league team. We're in our postseason right now with the importance of the games, and and that's just kind of how we treat it. We have Northeastern, who's in the conversation of being that large team as well this weekend. And honestly, it's going to be 2 great mid-major teams going at each other. And that's really cool, for our league, and certainly a heck of a challenge for us. And so we're excited about that. But where our mindset's a little bit different than thinking about getting a bid. It's more like trying to go 1-0 because in our minds, we're already in our pro season. And hopefully, the feather, the icing on the cake, so to speak, will be an NCAA tournament bid.
Absolutely. And I know you could care less where they put you, but I did see one projection a couple of weeks ago where they had you in Columbia playing in that particular regional. Now, if that were to happen, what would that feel like to you?
Well, it would be really cool. It would be a cool deal to come back there for sure. I don't so far down the road. I'd hope we get an opportunity to play in the NCAA tournament for sure. But there's a lot of special memories at Founders Park for me, and I got to see some really incredible performances, incredible wins, a lot of celebrations. So that place holds a special place in my heart, and it would be a thrill and an honor to play there, as it would be any regional bid. When you're at our level, you have to fight, scratch, and claw, and like I said earlier, it's good to be in the conversation, but it would be a really cool feather in our cap to be able to get a tournament bid and play in the postseason. But we got to play. We got to play good down the stretch. We don't get any mulligans down here, Phil.
No. Well, I'll say this: you're still prominent on the banners of the national championship teams. You can clearly see Holbrook diving onto the pile. I think you pushed Toman out of the picture, and he's never been the same.
Oh Lord, well, that was a moment in time I'll never forget. And I actually had someone at my house today, and we were looking at a picture of me and Scott Wingo when Wingo was 90 feet away from the national championship in 2010, and I still walk by that picture in my house and I get chills. So that's a special place to me, and I love my time there. And man, it was fun to be around some great players and great teams.
Well, listen, good luck moving forward. You guys are on a hot streak, a great roll. I hope it continues for you. Hopefully you'll hear we'll talk to you when you get to a conference tournament and everything will go well. But, hopefully end of this month you'll hear that name called out for the NCAA. That'd be really cool for you guys. So best of luck, and thank you for spending some time with us.
Go get them, Coach.
Phil, thank y'all guys for having me, and I hope we can talk in a couple of weeks and celebrate a little bit more. Thanks so much, guys.
Man, look forward to it. Thank you so much. Chad Holbrook, appreciate him being with us and having a great year again at the College of Charleston. They just need to kick through that ceiling, where
to win that tournament, because I'm looking at the D1 baseball and projections, and he said they are, at least in the conversation, they are right now first four out, and they're on that line with LSU and Louisville, along with California. I don't think you want to leave it up to the committee. No. So go win the tournament and take it out of their hands.
Yeah, I would concur with that.